Hello, welcome back. I'm Tonya from Tonya's Witchy Kitchen. And how are you doing today? I think August is busier than almost any other month this summer. Why does it fly? It just flies. My days just fly, and I would just like to slow them down a little bit. And sometimes I think I do have a solution to this. Sometimes I think I just need to plan out so much for the day, and that's it. Because there was a time when I didn't feel like things flew so fast. But I was busy, but yet it was just, I don't know, different time. But anyway, I have a question for you. What do you do during your lunch hour? I know, crazy question, right? But I was thinking about this because a lot of times my lunch hour, especially on busy work days, is not spent eating. I eat a lot of times at my desk, which is probably a really bad habit, but it's because, during my lunch hour, I might be cleaning the bathroom or making a soap or planning a soap or, the 800 other things I'm doing. And it just seems like that half hour, 45 minutes is a better time to get it done than any other time during the day. It's just how it is. Yeah, so what do you do during your lunch hour? I know when my mom worked, she would take walks. And I know my daughter does that sometimes when it's nice. She used to walk down to this coffee shop, which is no longer there. But, that was a thing she did too. What do you do during your lunch hour? Do you do a normal thing? Do you actually go eat? Do you do other activities? I work at home, so of course, it makes a total difference on what my options are. But yeah, I was just thinking about that. Like, what do you do during your lunch hour? Let me know. I want to know. So anyway, today we are doing actually a summer soap. I had a couple of them that I saved for the end, and I wasn't sure if I was going to do them, but I decided, oh, what the heck, we might as well do some fun ones. Not that they weren't fun, there were a lot of fun ones, but this is just, so yeah. Okay, 3 things. Be kind, be forgiving, be you. And let's go check out this summer soap, Mermaid Kisses. Okay, into our soap, which is Mermaid Kisses. To start, since it was a summer soap, we added some coconut milk powder and some kale and clay, and I think the lye water was just my basic lye water, which was good. But my basic plan was just going for a traditional drop swirl. Okay, that was my plan. Now my colors are neon purple. Neon purple, and this. Oops, nope, that's the blue. The blue is Caribbean blue by Brambleberry. And then there's going to be this gorgeous pink that you can see up on top. And that is magenta from Nurture's Handmade. Just a beautiful, bright magenta. It could be a neon in their collection. And so those were my colors. And I usually, me, it's usually a white bar, or, there's been some different bars. I've been kind of edging away. And so this one is basically going to be mostly that blue Caribbean. Oh, with a little touch of black oxide to it. I was going to say, that doesn't look like blue Caribbean. Yes, with a touch of black oxide. Because I am out of my Indigo Girls color from Mad Micah's, and I wanted a kind of a, blue, but not a blue. So that is what I did. I did the blue Caribbean with a little bit of black oxide to it. And there's the beautiful magenta. Isn't that just a cool color? Like, that is a fun color, let me tell you. So to do the traditional drop swirl, as I call it, that is where you put, you fill the mold like halfway, 2/3 of the way up with one solid color. And like I said, that's going to be my blue. Find my mold, get my mold, and keep mixing. It's very fluid overall, I have to say. Oh, and this fragrance oil was Mermaid Kisses by Nature's Garden. Mermaid Kisses. It's a very different scent. I will say that. And I kind of like it. I wish it was stronger. I didn't use the full usage, so probably if I do this again, it'll be, next usage. I'm not actually dropping it from up very high. As you can see, it's very low. It's very low because I didn't want it to plop all the way down. I wanted it to stay on that top third, hopefully, of the bar, and leave the rest of the bar fairly blue. That's I don't draw these things out. They're always in my mind. I go to, I might be sitting somewhere, and to occupy my time, I create soaps in my head. So I'll go through like waiting in line at the grocery store or something, and it's like, okay, and then I'm thinking of this, but to get it executed is a totally different thing. But it's okay. And for the top was nothing fancy, just poured on my interesting alternating colors. That pink is just like a wow pink. Yeah, they're both neon, but wow. And then just a little dash of eco glitter, and then a little, what do you call that? I have no idea. Just a little zigzag on the top. That's what it looks like, rick-rack, in sewing. It does. And there it is. Oh, nice, shiny. Like, you can see how shiny that bar is. It looks like it got a little hot, but no, biggie deal there at all. So what do you do during your lunch hour? Do you nap? Do you go for donuts? Do you, read a book? Do you just vegetate? Do you watch TV? Depending on where you're at, you might have a TV in the office. I don't know. It's always interesting. What do you do? Because that's your time, right? So what do you do during your lunch hour besides eat? I mean, that's really what the lunch hour is for, but it's technically a break. So, you don't have to, do that. But these are cute. They came down a little bit farther than I was expecting, but I think it's just because it was, nice and fluid soap. But they are cute for just a basic traditional drop swirl. I think they're super cute. I love that magenta color with the blue. It turned out really, really good. I mean, look at that. Just like a wow. Hello, wow. That ding bottom. I know it's from my cutter because it doesn't always do that. But these are super cute. And as always, here are the fragrance notes for these wow eye-popping bars. Here are the bars when I first cut them, and here are the bars when they're totally cured. I hope you had a good time. Thank you for dropping by. I will see you next time. God bless.